This is part two for me as I sat here and I did all this recording and it did not take not one tune. Oh no, but that's okay. We're here now. Welcome to my Breeders' Life Music and me. You tuned into Jackie Harrington, where I play all voices, make most of the sounds, and bring you entertainment in the best way to understand life, relationships, and those little furry friends that I call puppies. So, welcome to Yorkies of Austin, which is our company. We've got a couple of skits we're going to go over. We're going to talk about what inspired me to create them. We're going to talk about this devil on the loose that has been chasing me and how I'm evicting him. And without further ado, let's get started. Thank you for joining me. Please watch to the end because you never know what kind of surprises I may have. Yeah, so let's talk about it. Let's get started.
There's an awesome podcast you will want to add.
Oh, well.
Attention dog and music lovers. There's an awesome podcast you will want to add to your playlist. My Breeders' Life, Music, and Me with host Jackie Harrington. Jackie Harrington loves her dogs and she talks all about it. This is the most exciting show of all time from a breeder who's also a recording artist and gives insight from that perspective too. When you listen to My Breeders' Life, Music, and Me, you will get valuable information on PER education as well as music and personal insight from Jackie Harrington and other people that she interviews on her show. She dispels myths and sets the record straight. This is the perfect show for dog breeders and lovers of music. My Breeders' Life, Music, and Me with your host, Jackie Harrington, is available on all podcast platforms. Add the podcast to your playlist right now.
So, anyway, I did a skit this week called A Stranger in My House, right? And what prompted me to do that is I know that a lot of times we remain in situations and relationships and we just hold on and hold on and hold on. That person became a stranger in your house, on your car, and we still keep holding on. Now, as much as we would like, success stories, as much as we would like for things to change, sometimes they just don't. So you see me looking down. So I have started this skit called "A Stranger in My House." I think it started before I wanted it to start, but here we go. Let's get to the skit. This is the little baby. We ain't talked to him in a while.
Don't understand. You look just like the man in the picture by our bed. The suspense is clouding up my head. I'm checking your clothes, but you wear the same size shoes. Your sleeping is hot, you're driving is hot. But I don't know just who you are. There's a stranger in my house. Took a while to figure out. There's no way you could be who you say you are. It's gonna be someone else, 'cause he wouldn't touch me like that. And he wouldn't treat me like you do. He wouldn't tell me, he wouldn't ignore me. So I'm convinced there's a stranger in my house. Not sure who you are. Don't leave no shadow around when you walk. Ain't leaving no kiss, goodbye with no words. These walls get tough, they would have nothing to tell. So What could it be? Is there someone imitating me? Should she be taking my place? Look me in the face and tell me that the room with a safe. There's a stranger in my house. It took a while to figure out. There's no way to be who you say you are. You've gotta be someone else, 'cause he wouldn't touch me like that. And he wouldn't treat me like you do. He wouldn't tell me, he wouldn't ignore me. So I'm convinced there's a stranger in my house. Tell me where we first kissed. Tell me where my spot is. Tell me if I liked it, loved it, or could it be that the stranger is me? Have I changed so dry? Stay late. Is it I want more for me? And you'd remain the same. It took a while to figure out you could be who you say you are. You've gotta be someone else, 'cause he wouldn't touch me like that. And he wouldn't treat me like you do. He wouldn't love me, he wouldn't ignore me. So I'm convinced there's a stranger in the house. Whoa! It took a while to figure out. Is that what you wanted to hear? Well, voice and everything.
Oh, well, you know, I heard you crackling a little bit, but it wasn't too bad for acapella. I don't think you've been singing lately, so I give you a B minus. Is that good? I give you a B minus. I was asking the rest of the family what they feel about your broken heart love songs that you be trying to get everybody to listen to. I like listening when you ain't crackling, because sometimes you get so much into that song, you lose every note that's supposed to be, and then you don't even use no autotune. So it can be kind of dangerous to my eardrums, but I guess you did a good job. I guess. But now you got so much to say. I don't think anybody was even talking to you.
Listen, I know you guys would rather waste my time, but I don't have that kind of time for y'all. You take your narcissistic baby wearing pants on somewhere and get you some business for once, because it's really depressing to know that nothing with you has changed.
I have changed a lot. I don't tell people anymore that mama sold our food stamps. I don't tell people that she bust the window out of daddy's car. I mean, I don't tell a whole lot of things. I don't tell people that you got caught vaping in school. What else secret? I don't tell. I didn't tell mama when your ass was jumping out the window and crawling back in the window, and then the time when the window got stuck, you came and knocked on my door so I could let your ass in the garage. You don't. So I think a whole lot of things has changed. Y'all just don't realize it. But baby, I done changed a lot, because all y'all asses would be in jail if I hadn't changed and if I had told the world what was going on. But I just keep all them secrets now in between us, and I don't think mama been selling the food stamps anymore anyway. But what I'm trying to say is a whole lot has changed. Y'all the ones that ain't changed. Okay. I guess it's time for me to start minding my business. Y'all boring anyway. Y'all just real boring anyway. So I don't really care. I'm gonna go ahead and mind my business. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. I'm telling y'all got too much. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. about a whole lot of other stuff, but I didn't really know what I didn't really know what a stranger was until you just started singing and singing and singing and singing. Can you sing that song for me? 'Cause it was kind of pretty. A little bit of it was.
Don't understand. You look just like the man in the picture.
So, anyways, you guys, my audio is just jumping all over the place. Let's see if we can get this back where it was. Don't want to start you guys all over again. Okay, we got it. All right. So anyway, stranger in my house. I get what's going on. I'm going to go into this next segment, and what I've said about that is there's another skit that I did called Prayer Request Gone Bad, and it's just another skit. You know, I put all these little voices together, but I say the quickest way to ruin a friendship is to tell someone about their man or their children. We can know it's true, but we're just not susceptible for it, you know, into it. If you want to lose a friendship, tell somebody about their man or their children. First of all, I think that a lot of people misinterpret their role or their status in your life and want to begin to think that it would be comfortable enough for you to accept, you know, either constructive criticism or what they have to say about, you know, your child. And I'm telling you, that is the biggest relationship spoiler of all time. Don't take my word for it. You can check the stats. You want to get rid of your best friend, tell her about her children or a man, and it's going to be like an expeditable process. I can assure you that. So this other part that I did is it's called A Prayer Request Gone Bad. I'm hoping that I pulled the plain version. A lot of people love this skit, but it had probably way too many, you know, cuss words for the average. And one of the things I like to do is keep the show radio friendly where children can listen as well, because that's something a lot of us have gotten away, you know, from is keeping the shows clean. And now it's just normal to go to a party or have a DJ just play whatever he wants to play, you know, with children in the audience or elderly in the audience. So let's see what comes from this prayer request gone bad. Okay, here we go.
That you want what's best for me and everything, and these children. Hey, Barbara, girl, I want to talk to you. Little Jethro done got himself in trouble again. I cannot believe it, but see, I know we go way back, and I know that we've been friends for a long, long time, and I trust your judgment. I know that you want what's best for me and everything, and these children, and so I just had to reach out, girl. I've been going through these kids. It's just a mess, and even, you know, when they get older, it's still like something that just never changes, it seems. Like they never get out your pocket. You blessed either line one when you say they went off to college and you never had to hear from them again, and they just great kids. I mean, I'm just here to tell the truth. It just ain't working over here, and I need some help. I need you to really pray. I've been working on some prayers and stuff, and Psalms 23 and Psalms 91, you know, seem to cover a whole continent, but you know, there's nothing like a prayer team and prayer warriors and everything. So I'm gonna need your prayer, Miss Barbara. You think you could help me? Oh yeah, girl, I can help you. I've been waiting for this day. You want me to pray for him, or you want me to come whoop his ass? Because, see, I've been trying to whoop his ass ever since he was 3 years old, but you wouldn't let nobody touch him. So y'all just went around getting put out of everybody's house because you wouldn't let nobody whoop his ass. And now we here. But, girl, I got you. Let me know what you want to do. I got Psalms 91, Psalms 23, Psalms 125. Which prayer you want me to focus on? Because we can go to war now, or I can come over there and I can put them hands on them, girl. You got to tell me which one you think gonna work. It sounds like you've been praying for a long time and ain't nothing changing, ain't nothing working. So something going on with him. What you think? Just give me the word and I'm there. I'm rolling up right now. I'm about to get the keys and everything, girl. We got all these vehicles. Which one you want me to roll up in, huh? You want me to run them over? Tell me what you want me to do. But tell me what you want me to do that's gonna work. Because right now, child, I think he reaping what he sowed, and you need to get out the way. Reaping what he sowed. Reaping what you did not just say what I reaping what he sowed. Come on now, you know don't nobody want to hear that in the time and somebody call you and ask you to pray for them. You gonna talk about reaping what they sow. Look here, motherfucker. Let me tell you something. You two-time wearing two braids wearing motherfucker. Let me tell you something. It took you twice to get your teeth straight, but you gonna tell me something about my son who ain't never been in trouble. You got a lot. Never mind. Don't pray for me. Don't pray for him. Don't pray for nobody, because I don't know what kind of God you serve. You know, all I asked you to do was pray, and you gonna give me what kind of friend is you? What kind of friend is you? It took you two times to get your teeth straight, okay? You the one over there in a relationship that you should have been gone a long time ago, okay? And I've been praying for you the whole time. But now you can't pray for me without judgment? How dare you? You know what? They'll do it every time. Them kids, they'll ruin a relationship. They'll ruin a friend. They'll do it every time. Don't ask me for my prayers. Don't ask me to invest in my prayers for something that you know ain't gonna work. And you can't handle the truth, honey. Because I can't be the first person that told you that boy don't need no prayer. He don't need no prayer because it ain't gonna do no good. You've been praying for him ever since he was tree. It ain't gonna do no good. Now you wanna attack me. Now you wanna come for me because I tell you, Daddy reaping what he sow. Let his ass reap what the hell he sow. Get out of the way, okay? And let it be some tough love. As long as ain't nobody gonna kill him or hurt, let him learn his lesson. But now here you go, attacking me because I tell you the truth. You know what I'm gonna pray about? This is what I'm gonna pray about. I'm gonna pray that I take my folic acid, and I'm gonna pray that I take my lemon balm natural supplements so I don't come over there and whoop your ass. That's what I'm gonna pray about, okay? I'm gonna pray that you don't take me back to where I used to be, okay? That's what I'm going to pray about. Because right now, honey, you sitting over here talking about my teeth? My teeth? My teeth. At least I could afford the $10,000 to get the braces twice. What about you? What about you? You want to talk about somebody? Oh, you want to talk about somebody. You want to talk about me because you're no good ass cheering out there not doing what they supposed to do. Maybe you're not anointed enough if you've been praying. Now you want to call me and tell me to pray and waste my prayers on somebody that you done already said ain't gonna do no good. Now you gonna attack me because I tell you he don't need prayer, he need an ass kicking. Or he needs some tough love to learn whatever lesson it is for his ass. Ain't that something? You don't know when to say when. You don't know when to say when. The last thing I need is to hear your mouth, your raggedy ass mouth at that. The last thing I need is to have an issue to reach out and call my friend, which was supposed to be you as of 3 minutes ago, okay? And you gonna tell me about what you think about mine, okay? So I just had to bring it to you, girl, and let you know that you passing judgment on something that you are not qualified to do. And that ain't no friend. That ain't no friend. Because see, if I came over and I took inventory of your house, your home, and your relationships, you'd be calling me and asking me to pray for you too. Look at you. Don't let them kids ruin our relationship. Through thick and thin. It's always been me and you. Grew up together, graduated together, had them damn kids together. But you gonna turn on me from that little son of a gun. Girl. You gonna have to get it together. Because having that kind of attitude, you ain't no better than him. No better than him. You gonna learn. Now, I know it hurts, but you can't run around attacking other people because he giving you problems and spending all your rent money on his bail money. Okay? If it ain't no college tuition, if it ain't no college in tuition, okay? You don't need to be spending your money. And you don't need to be getting mad at other people because they can tell you the truth. Now, that's what friends are for, okay? Now, we are the world, but that's what friends are for. And if I can't tell you without you getting upset and getting offended and attacking me, then we don't need to be friends no more. And I know I should have unfriended your ass a long time ago.
This is what I wanted to say. I mean, it's a true story. I'm going to tell you, and I'll say it again so The quickest way to lose a friend is to tell them about their children or their man. But I think that today, social media is a very, very powerful weapon, and I'm going to tell you why. Um, I had a situation where it was cold. This was a couple of years ago, and I pulled forward into this parking spot, right? And not intentionally. And I guess another lady was waiting for the parking spot, so she became very, very angry. Got out the car and started bamming on my window. It's cold, so I'm like, she's gonna break my window. Like, she's like, move, bitch, calling me out my name or for a parking spot. I cannot make this up. And she must have done that for a while. So, the old me was like, oh, hell no, don't you be, and I'm rolling down the window and I'm about to get out, the reason I needed a closer park spot because it was cold. So Lord knows I didn't want to get out. But in that moment, she just caught me in that space. And I'm like, this woman is crazy, right? So let me tell you what I did. She's bamming on the window. She will not leave. So I crack it a little bit and I tell her how I'm going to, put her in a headlock and she's going to leave there on a gurney if she don't leave me alone. And, the old me, I'm like, I can't believe this. I mean, it happened so fast, right? The truth of the matter is I'm older now. So I don't try to get an arthritic attack if I don't have to. Okay. But my mindset, with her approaching me like that was very questionable. I didn't know what this woman was going to do. So let me tell you what I did. So what I did was I took out my cell phone. Okay. I cannot make this up. And I said, you know what? Push record. I said, keep going. You go right ahead because I got you on camera with a few other choice words and everything. And I started recording. I kid you not. When I held up my camera to the window, right, to this lady and said, go ahead, keep on acting fool, keep on, hitting my window, do what you do, and held that camera up to this lady, she stopped. Not only did she stop, but she turned around, right, and went and got in her car. Now, this car didn't have no license plate, but I was able to record her beating on the window until she realized what I was doing. She turned around, she went and got in her car and drove off with these unidentified license plates. But in that moment, the recording is what actually stopped her from acting a fool. So when she realized that I had a camera on her and I was recording, I was saying, go ahead, you go right ahead. I kid you not. She stopped. She stopped. And now going back to relationship and kids, I got another story to tell you. So I've got 3 sons. I used to be that mother, that the girlfriends would call and want to confide in. And I learned that can be a very dangerous game. Okay. While I understand that there are 2 sides to the story, and as much as I don't want to always be in the truth, in the know of my boys, I have to be open-minded enough to know that right is right and wrong is wrong. And we as mothers, we play a very tough position because, on one hand, I'm saying, call me before I have to answer for them to the cops, or call me before I have to go bond them out of jail. Like as a mother, you are always a first responder. Sometimes as a father, if you're a good father, you can be the first responder. So I always welcome that. Like, before things get out of hand, please call me, because I'm going to be the first person that they call if they get in trouble in that sense. But don't call me to talk about my son. You can't call me and talk about my cousin. You can't call me and talk about my mama. You can't call me and talk about anybody that I profess to love. Okay. Now, if I can help a situation, I'll listen. I may give my feedback. I may give my advice. I may ask if you want me to intervene. I may send a message. But on the messy side of things, if I proclaim to love you and to care for you, whether you are my mother, my son, my sister, my brother, or my son, and we could even be at odds, you can't call me and talk to me about somebody that I care about or once upon a time cared about. Now, there's a difference. Sometimes our emotions get the best of us, and sometimes we're not the greatest at communicating our hurt, and we may, go and have improper in impractical conversations because of that pain. But on a general level, on a general standpoint of view, okay, if I care about you in any capacity, one thing I'm not going to do is let someone call me, especially if you ain't been calling me. Now y'all into it, so now you gonna pick up the phone. And if I'm not part of that mutual circle where I can be a help at my dignity and my integrity, you can't call me and talk to me about that person. Now, you can discuss a situation, okay? If I know that you are genuinely in need of advice or what my opinion would be, but you can tell when people are being messy. You can tell when somebody's telling you the truth and want a genuine perspective. You can tell because one, they're not going to be people that just call you all of a sudden when there's something going on. They're going to be those people who have developed that, that kind of relationship, that have that kind of trust, that can confide in you. And it doesn't become something that is just, oh, I don't call her, but I know she messed with such and such. So I'm going to call her because I want the message to get back to her. So it's different. So my thing is you can't let everybody pray for you. Because everybody that pray for you don't have your best interest at heart. And that's for real. And that is true. So I'm going to go into this other segment because I'm telling you, there's been a devil loose in my life for several months. Okay. There's things that go wrong in life. True story. But these last few months have been a hiccup that I could not seem to get out of my life, out of my perspective and my business. Gosh, I could go on and on, gave birth to dogs, 3-4 of them died. Like before I can even take a breath of that, something else is going on, that the business is taking a turn. I could go on and on and on. And I'm talking accident after accident and situation after situation and, hospital visits. And gosh, so I've taken a notion, as the older people say, and I had taken to, the fact that whatever's happening or had happened with me was not a fleshly thing, that I felt like I was being under a spiritual warfare. So for months now, I've been meditating on the word, Psalms 23, Psalms 91. You saw that in my skit. Excuse my language. I did do a clean version that I'm going to be putting out because I appreciate the feedback that I'm getting on it, and I don't want the curse words on it. So I'm going to fix that. But I'm talking about sleeping with these prayers on. I'm talking about morning, noon, and night, going to bed, soaking in the tub. I've got, more than one phone and just praying over my mind, my body, my soul, and my spirit, and for guidance, like what we think we should have in life is not what God has for us. And that's a huge, that's a huge realization. That's a huge realization, and to have that level of discernment is powerful. So I'm going to hit you with this commercial. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to tell you about some things I'm working on. And then we're going to go into what has worked for me as a clearing out some of this fog and smog in my life. Because it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you at. No matter how much money you got. It doesn't matter. We are all subject to Satan's attack, whether it is, by someone speaking it in and over your life, whether it is by doing certain things in life that may be evoking that spirit, whether it's about somebody else who's out there dibbling and dabbling with demons and spirits and bringing them on you. They're real, and again, having that level of discernment makes a huge difference. So I will be back. We're going to talk about my specific prayers that work for me, that are still working for me, and some new stuff that I'm working on as well.
Boston, Yorkies of Boston. Are you looking for that?
We're going to get this to the beginning.
Yorkies of Boston, Yorkies of Boston. Why away? Yorkies of Boston, Yorkies of Boston. Are you looking for that new companion? That designer puppy is your new best friend. Buy, but don't know how. Don't worry, cause we finance now. We'll make it real easy, you see, with home delivery. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. We got a 5-star rating, a reputation you can believe in. This is the Yorkies of Boston.
So as y'all can tell, I love music. There's a skit for every portion of my life. Most of my commercials have been, recorded, written, produced. Me, I play every voice. Somebody said, "Oh, you're the new Bill Cosby of the air." I said, "Oh, hell no, don't compare me to." I mean, I love his talent, but that's a whole nother story. Like, I just keep me as Jackie Harrington. I'm fine with that. Don't just recognize my talent and keep it right there. But in that regard, I've got 5 slots left for radio sponsorship right here on ATX Soul Radio or my podcast, wherever you're tuning in from. Okay. Our sponsorships come with slots on the radio. You can pick different packages. Okay. They come with a personal interview with Ma. And you don't have to be an entrepreneur, but it's always great if you are. If you've got a subject and a topic, you could pick that topic subject. And you will have a whole segment about that topic or your product that we can talk about. So you'll get a radio interview. You'll get slots on the radio that are played outside of my segment time, which is 8 to 9 on Thursday. And most of all, you will get a network card. So Yorkies of Austin has a customized network card where you take this card, you tap it to any phone, an Android or iPhone, and it will put your contact information onto that phone. No more business cards. You don't have to go and spend hundreds more of dollars, right, on Mr. Print and keep hanging on to these old-fashioned business cards, is what I call them. If you've got more than one website, I program that card. If you've got your social media icons with how many pages you got, I could program this card to put everything that you got on this card, right? The card looks like this. You tap it with your phone. Looks like this, right? Oops, it's upside down. And you tap it with your phone and it puts the information, and I'll be doing a demonstration with it later on. I'm actually having that produced. And so you'll scan this QR code right here and it'll go onto the average phone. Very simple, very effective. I don't know if you can see this. And Android or iPhone. Wealth of information, okay? And not only does it work for that card, but it also will work in a link. You know how you got Instagram, it's like put your link in the bio? Well, you can use that same link, right, on your website. You can text that same link. You can send your contact information over to other people, either with the link. If you don't have the physical card, it's not necessary. So this is a wealth of information. This is a huge investment that you can make to yourself. You can get these cards with or without the radio advertisement. So again, if you have a kennel, you've got a small business, you'll want to tap in with me because we're going to be doing radio sponsorships. I can help you with your promos to play, even if you're not playing through my time and my segment here at ATXO Radio, either or on the podcast. So I've got 5 slots left with yours truly. A wonderful way to support Yorkies of Austin. I do have a Patreon account, but I figured, if I could show you that I could help you gain access to some of the things that you're doing and we can give back, reciprocate, then I don't have to just ask you to go ahead and hit that Patreon account, right? I figured you have a little more appreciation for me. And there are people that send me stars, and I definitely appreciate that and share my content. That is support within itself. It's not always monetary. So, to like, share, invite people to our show here. We're on all platforms, Yorkies of Austin, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. So that is huge within itself. So I'm going to get into the spiritual welfare because there's some things that I want to explain. And I think it's very, very important. I think that we should invest into our spiritual life just like we do our clothes, our shoes, and everything else, because that spiritual investment is going to cover the mind. And that's a powerful thing, especially if you know how to use it. So let's get to some of these Psalms and these prayers that have been working for me, and I'll be back. And I'm going to stop along the way.
It was for us to recognize we're in a battle.
Just to tell you what I have, what my take is.
And I thought, as I was reflecting on what to speak on this morning, Psalm 91 came to mind. So if you've got your Bibles, open up your Bibles. Because I think that is a psalm that tells us how to move in spiritual warfare from a slightly different angle. So here's the word for today. Everybody ready? Great. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall
Will rest in
abide
the
under the
shadow
shadow
of
of
the
the
Almighty.
Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. Surely He shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with the shadow, with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge.
Now I'm going to stop right there, only because we're not going to go through all of this, but I want to point out some things. One of the reasons I think that a lot of people don't pay attention to the Bible is because they may feel like it's too difficult to understand. Pestilence is another word or another form for like the plague or COVID. You know what I mean? And when I first heard that, it made me curious, because I was like, what the heck is a pestilence? But it's like a deadly plague, a disease or something like that. And then he goes on to talk about snares. So I keep hearing this word, and I'm praying, and I'm like, I'm praying and I'm speaking words. I don't even know what they are, or I heard them in another context, so they don't make sense to me. Okay. And the snare is another form for snares, like a trap, a setup trap. And so wanted you to know that. I'm going to let him talk a little more. And then I encourage you to go to Psalms 91 and Psalms 23 for yourself and just start reading that or listening to it. Now we've got Audible, we've got our phones, we listen to music, we hear all kinds of stuff. So you could go to YouTube and let it play while you wash your dishes. There's no excuse, but baby, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you, I ain't no evangelist. I don't profess to be nothing other than a person who's been fighting what I consider a spiritual warfare. And I'm only sharing what has worked for me when it seems like I couldn't catch a breath for a while. And I never had that type of aura, that type of energy in my life. I'm usually the person that people come to, to solve a problem. But here I am, like in a battle, and trying to get through these things and having these odd scenarios or situations that have never, that I don't even want to call it luck, but it just seemed like for a while it was just you just suffocated with issues, issue after issue, and before you solve that problem, then you got another issue, and then there's an accident, there's an emergency room to visit, and then the dogs are getting sick, and it's just like, wait a minute, something ain't right. And like I said, whether it is dealing with someone, who's got all these spirits and demons, and you just dealing with the wrong person, and they're invoking and bringing, these certain things into your life, okay? Or whether it's you, that's doing something that you may not even know about, that's welcoming the, these things into your life. But you got to take accountability, but when you know that, okay, look, there's a lot of things that I don't do. Don't smoke, I don't drink, I'm not here, I'm not there, I'm not there. And then in your life, you just got this mass of this and that and that and this and this and that. And then things around you is that and that and this and that. It's like, that ain't fleshly. That's not fleshly. So I've been on this journey to know that something was wrong, but to be able to pinpoint it and to discern it, that maybe someone has spoken or done, certain things over my business or wishing for my downfall, whether it's related to someone that I'm connected to, like having that, yeah, I know what's going on, has been huge for me, and I'm here to turn it all around, as Clefo Dollar saying, evict the devil up out of my life, okay? And so that's what I've been doing wholeheartedly, and it takes an effort, and it takes dedication, and I've been falling up on my knees, not in the way y'all may think, okay? But falling up on my knees to pray God and to, just pray away some of the negativity, to where I don't feel like I'm suffocating, and praying, for other people. Because see, the thing is I had some things going on in my life. And so I'd already started praying for other people, that were having things. And then I ended up having to pray more so for myself as well. But it's all good. I've learned a lot. still teaching myself to be humble, more so teaching myself to be gracious, grateful, and just pray for that level of discernment and direction, because that is priceless. Okay, because you could have a whole lot of wealth, but you could spend it, doing things that are not of God, not in the direction of God. So when you have a clear path, okay, the wealth is going to come. When you have a clear path, the ideas are going to come. And that way you're not wasting time and spending money with people, places, and things that you ain't got no business. And so that's what I'm working toward, in my life, is recognizing my level of discernment, the gift of discernment, the strength that is needed to get through some of the things that I got to get through, and the acceptance of knowing that sometimes when things happen in your life, no matter how painful you think they are, they're originated for your protection. They are that is God answering your prayer. If them angels take these people away and out your life, these situations and these things out of you, got to embrace it. Okay, you got to embrace it. It's not a bad thing. So let's listen to just a little more of this segment that's working for me. Then we're gonna be wrapping up here really soon.
Truth shall your shield and buckler be. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrows that fly in the day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made the Lord, who is your refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall fall before you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, and the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Amen.
Now let me tell you something.
This is probably the most loved psalm in the whole.
It is the most loved psalm, and let me tell you why. If years ago, in my immaturity, somebody would have messed with me, and you would have told me, "Girl, just go pray about it." Okay, that same prayer is basically saying, "I will mess you up." Okay, but just in a spiritual realm, and you have to become a believer and let God make your enemies your footstool. Be patient. Wait on him. It is so hard to know that people can harm you, people can hurt you, and God got your back. Because in that moment, a lot of us, we're vindictive. If we tell the truth. Now y'all can say what you want to say, okay? You can say what you want to say. You can talk, you can judge. Oh, she's cussing, she's singing spiritual music. I get it. I do. But what I'm trying to say, just like I told y'all about that cell phone, no weapon shall form against you shall prosper. But that is something you've got to believe. And in today's society, with people going crazy, being crazy, and doing crazy things, we have to stay armed mentally, physically, and emotionally. I think mentally and emotionally might be the same thing. I'm not sure. Okay. That's power. That we are seeing so many things in life today that don't make sense. It don't make sense. Can't explain it. Can't dress for the weather. Can't prepare for the worst. Good turns into the bad. And guess what? It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Things are changing. They've already changed. And guess what? They're going to keep on changing. They're going to keep on changing. On another note, I want to shout out to Carisha Robinson. She's going to have us a kennel name soon. She is my latest partner to Yorkies of Austin. I'm so grateful. So grateful for her. I have babies that moved to El Paso this week. They flew into Austin Bergstrom, and so 2 girls went home. I'm so grateful, so thankful. I have another baby that was born in Louisiana. See, I mean, the mentorship program, for Yorkies of Austin is taking off, and it's becoming everything that I wanted it to be. It's a learning curve. It's a learning process. And I want to shout out my breeders who do the right thing. I have 1 or 2 that have stole my puppies. You get them started. They never knew anything about it. You turn them on, give them the puppies at a discounted price. Puppies hit the ground. Suddenly they don't know how to read a contract. They don't know how to interpret a contract. And they breed and start making money and take you out of percentages when the dogs belong to Yorkies of Austin. But you know what? I ain't gonna worry about that either. If I get around to sitting down with my attorney, we'll worry about that then. But no weapon formed against me shall prosper. No one comes to a good end. So all I have to do is focus on what I know to do. Put my energy and time into the breeders who do honor the contract and their agreements, who have stayed true to the game and didn't steal from me, and just move on. Just move on. So. Yorkies of Austin, 203 West Murray Avenue, Suite 2 in Manor, Texas. You're looking for your furry friend. You need some grooming to the loved ones, the furry loved ones that you already have. You could tap in. I have a couple of Frenchies available right now. I have 1 or 2 Yorkies. Do not wait for Christmas. Do not wait for. You might have to get yourself an early Christmas gift because things are changing. They've changed a lot. So if you think you're gonna wait till Christmas and be able to find, a reputable baby at that time, you might be sadly mistaken. Okay, don't get taken for the scams that's going on around here with people selling sick puppies. So even if you don't get one from me, get a reputable breeder that will give you shot records, information on your puppy history, mom, dad. Definitely no internet sales unless you've talked to that person, unless you know their reputable breeder. If you don't see those dogs and meet those dogs, or see that breeder holding, videos with those dogs, don't do that. Those are just some tips from me. So I will be back again.
Yorkies of Boston, Yorkies of Boston.
We're going to wrap this
Yorkies of Boston, Yorkies of Boston. Are you looking for that new companion? That designer puppy is your new best friend. You really wanna buy but don't know how? Don't worry, cause we finance now. We'll make it real easy, you see, with home delivery. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. We got a 5-star rating, a reputation you can believe in. This is the Yorkies of Boston. Yorkies of Boston, Yorkies of Boston. Call to action, get your puppy today. Yorkies of Boston, Yorkies of Boston. Call to action, get your puppy today.
So again, y'all, that's Yorkies of Austin. I'm going to ask a favor, and I need you guys to share, like, subscribe. Yorkies of Austin is on all platforms, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. And so, a click, a share goes a very, very long way. As you guys may know, today social media is key. You can't be in business without a social media presence. And I thank you guys, for my followers on Instagram. I have over 50,000 followers on Instagram. Trying to still build up my Facebook. We have 18,000 listeners on the ATXO radio. and climbing. And so my goal here is to help promote small businesses, because in this day, in this era and time, it's difficult. And I tell people all the time, you want to survive, outmarket your competitors or join them. One of the two, okay? You got to do something. So again, you can come on the platform. You can ask me for my packages. They're going to come with a radio interview, a promo if you don't have one, radio slots, and a network card. I'm going to show you how to be sophisticated in your business, outmarket, your clients. There's in that one link that I told you about, there's also payment information that you can add. Okay. It's wonderful. So please reach out. Let's do a consultation. Let's get you set up for your radio advertising, or that topic that you may want to cover on the radio. Let's get you interviewed so that you can sit in on an interview with me. Yeah, and let's work together. You know, the season is coming up. Online shopping, of course, these days is like the number one way to shop. So if you've got a product that's out there, I would love to help you, get the word out. And I've got several platforms to do that with. And like I said, you're not just shared to ATX Soul Radio. There's an Instagram platform. There's a Facebook platform. And we can talk about what your needs are and help one another out. But the radio sponsorship right now is rolling off the chain. I only have 5 more slots for the month of November. So I'm encouraging you to get started today. You can get your network card without the radio sponsorship, but I find that to have them collaborative is very, very effective in my world, and will be in yours too. So until next time, you guys, I'm going to sign off. Like, share, follow Yorkies of Austin on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Wherever you see us, reach out and say, hey, I listen to your show on ATX Soul Radio, because I'm always randomly doing something, okay? Just FYI, your time is valuable to me. So until next time, guys, I am signing off. I'm Jackie Harrington on ATX Soul Radio, my Breeders Life Music and Me podcast, and shouting out and thanking all of my puppy parents, my new puppy parents, my new puppy partners, my new puppy parents, you name it. I'm thanking you, because as I talk about these spiritual welfares that we mentioned today, I had a couple breeders and just a couple of supporters who made sure that I was okay. And that means a lot to me. So as I'm praying my way through the storm, it meant a lot, because I'm telling you, I was cloudy there for a while, very cloudy for a while. So we're getting back on track. And, my biggest gift is to share and to tell the people that did reach out and pull me up how grateful I am to have them in my life, to have them join me, to have them step in when it seems like I wasn't being able to carry all the weight on my own shoulders, on my own back. So Psalms 23, Psalms 91, prayers of protection and prayers for prosperity, and to fight that spiritual welfare when it seems like the flesh ain't winning. Okay. We can't do it on our own anyway. Until next time, Yorkies of Austin and Jackie Harrington says goodbye. We'll see you guys next Thursday.